자, 역사의 페이지 M44. M44 이번 업데이트에 거의 모든 국가에 다 받았죠. 안 받은 국가 찾는 게 쉬울 거예요. 그에 대한 영상인 것 같습니다. 참고로 M44 이거 자주는 월드 오브 탱크에도 있습니다. 한 7랭크가 8랭크에 미국 자주에 기동 빠르고 고각샷 하기 좋고 막 그랬었어요. 자, 미 육군은 2차 세계대전의 풍부한 경험을 등 뒤로 한국 전쟁에 참여했고요. 사령부는 전장에서 이동식 자주포를 갖는 것이 얼마나 중요한지 알고 있었다. 그들을 이용했던 M41은 성분이 만족스럽지 못한 보호를 제공했고, M24CC는 쓸모 없어질 위기에 처했다. 그러니까 M24 차대 말하는 거죠, 차대. 그러니까 채피 차대에다가 올린 게 M44로 알고 있거든요. 거기 관련된 얘기인 것 같습니다. 자, 관련 어떤 이야기인지 한번 봅시다. 렛츠고.
The U.S. Army joined the Korean War with a rich experience of World War II behind its back. The command knew perfectly well how important it was to have a mobile, self-propelled howitzer on the battlefield. And the Chaffee-based M41 that they had in service provided unsatisfactory protection for its crew. Besides, the M24 chassis was on the verge of becoming obsolete. The solution to that problem was a new artillery system designed from scratch, whose development began in the late 1940s. It had the chassis of the 워커불독, at the time still a prototype tank, and a powerful engine, which resulted in excellent mobility. Although, the engineers first had to redesign half the vehicle by moving its engine and transmission forward, closer to the driver and ammo stowage. Another prominent feature of the future SPG was a brand new cannon with a muzzle brake, separate loading, and a modern fire control system. The T-99 project seemed like a major step forward compared to existing artillery systems. It had all the chances of becoming one, if not for the outbreak of the Korean War. The Army saw the flaws of artillery systems that it had at hand and decided to accelerate the development. Only a few prototype versions later, in 1953, a new howitzer designated T-99E1 entered production. Around 250 units managed to leave the hangars before the military noticed a fatal flaw. The enclosed crew compartment would quickly fill with toxic exhaust fumes from the powder charges and threaten the health and lives of the crew. Production was urgently stopped, and the Korean War ended in the summer of the same year. Something had to be done about the fumes. Later versions received open-top crew compartments, and the new cannons were replaced with tried-and-true 155mm howitzers. It basically meant that the future M44 was getting no improvement to its firepower compared to its predecessor. It did, however, receive better mobility, and its armor provided some level of protection for the crew, albeit far from perfect. The M44 ended up coming too late for the Korean War, so Vietnam could become its next challenge.
자주포의 방어력을
Only by
이
that time, the
시즌에
recently
따졌다는
designed
게
howitzer
생각보다
managed to
전장에
become
가까웠다는 말인가
outdated.
봅니다. 그죠?
Small improvements and fixes could not
주력
alleviate the
전장에서 보통
situation.
뒤에서 멀리서
In
쏘자.
1963, the United States accepted the
물론 지금은
M109
이제
into
드론도
service,
날아가고
and soon
하니까
after,
뭐
the Army
방어력이
retired the
다시
M44.
중요해졌지만요.
The new howitzer was leaps and bounds ahead of the predecessor, with the most prominent advantage being a fully rotating turret that offered all-round protection. The M44 project ended up being just another step towards more advanced weaponry, but its story received an unexpected sequel abroad. The United States had produced and sold more than 100 of these vehicles to several countries, including Italy, Germany, Japan, Belgium, and others. Turkey even used them in one of the conflicts in the 1970s. Some of those machines underwent numerous modernization projects and continue to serve even in the 21st century. Of course, the M44 can't compete with modern artillery, but it still remains reliable, mobile, and cheap.
그것도 뭐 쓸
In
때는
War
있을 것
Thunder,
같아.
the
후딱 가서 쏘고
M44 is
빠지면
among the
되니까.
most multinational vehicles. It can boast great mobility, excellent horizontal aiming angles, and of course, amazing firepower.
지금 실제 썬더에서 어떻게 사용되고 있는지 좀 궁금하긴 하네요. 자, 한국 트랙 기원 끝.